Grand day, beautiful souls. I am Alanisa Sada Salahadin, and thank you for joining me again in this space. I am so grateful. Again, I'm not opposed to saying thank you or that how grateful I am for you choosing to click on my videos and watch my videos. Like, that makes me very happy. So I appreciate you for appreciating me to take the time out in your day to allow me to share my understanding and my profound love for this life from this platform as in my form. And so, shukran. So today I actually wanted to come on and share some creative ways, just some creative ways, things that I've done to one, help myself become more comfortable as myself on a spiritual level. And so, a lot of what I say, some people may feel very uncomfortable, uneasy, but that's not what this is about. I am actually speaking directly to your soul. I think I said that on one of my videos before. I'm doing it on purpose. I'm speaking directly to your soul. Like, I'm speaking to the part of you that does not feel like it gets to be expressed often enough. And my goal on this platform is to help you get comfortable, more comfortable with expressing yourself as yourself, living your authentic self, expressing yourself authentically as who you are, not who the world thinks you should be, just who you are. And so today I actually wanted to share with you guys some tips on things that help me become more of who I am. And so I brought my journal. It's one of my sacred journals, and I'm not going to share with you the contents. However, I do want to encourage you all to get a journal. Just get familiar with not so much journaling, but catching synchronistic events. A lot of you are probably already familiar with synchronicity, the term of synchronicity, angel numbers, and all those cool things. So over my self-love journey, my spiritual awakening, and my self-love spiritual awakening experience, I acquired a really keen sense of understanding synchronicity, which led me to a certain understanding about how the law of attraction. There it is, the law of attraction. And so I've become very fluent at understanding how boosting one's vibration works in sync with everything of the universe and the divine. And so there's no such thing as accidents. There's no just luck or chance. We really are working to produce things in our own lives, whether we care to express it, acknowledge it or not, good, bad, ugly. A lot of it is our own doing, but for lack of understanding, we can't understand why we're being so affected by it. And so in my journal, I used to take time and write out a lot of those things. So again, on a mental, spiritual, physical, and emotional level, you have all these things going on around you, within you. And so sometimes it's very wise to catch those things, especially if it's a reoccurring. This is the beauty of this. If it's a reoccurring thing, that's synchronicity. That's it. That's it in itself. It's the fact that it keeps happening. It keeps reoccurring. It's this one thing. You have to start to pay attention to little things. Every number has a vibrational meaning. And so for angel numbers, for instance, when certain things happen at a certain time, whether it's 111, 222, 333, think about it the 1 itself symbolically means something. When you see 11, 11 itself symbolically means something. When you see 111, 1, again, the 1 vibrationally means something, the 11 means something. Go ahead and jot it down. Try to catch your thought too, though. This is, I don't know if most people try to do it this way, but try to catch your thought, vibrationally. Where were you at on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level within yourself, and write it down. And you don't have to check it right away. You can come back to it. I found it fascinating to do it when it happened, to Google ooh, what is this? 44 passed by on a truck 4 times in a row. The third time it caught my eye for sure. The fourth time I'm just like, let me see what this 44 is about. And then it was always something there for me, like a message, something beautiful for me to take in. And so I got really, really good at that. And so that was something that I learned to do. It's not just about the numbers. Try to catch your thoughts too, your emotional vibrations too. And two, with angel numbers, if you're going to be one of those people like myself who loves to, one, I do my own tarot, I work with crystals, I'm living this very, very beautiful life, and every once in a while something trips me up, and then it's like it's perpetuating itself some kind of way. I start to question myself, not doubt, but I want to know if there's something behind it. I'll look at the time and I'll pull my angel numbers based off of the time itself and go and look it up. And Sacred Scribes is actually one of my favorite sites to look up angel numbers, if you guys were curious. It's one of my favorite sites, and I go and I look it up, and behind that number is always such a very powerful message from the divine, the angels, all of this beautiful information and content that I'm able to take, grab a hold of, and put back to myself. If you're going to use angel numbers, I encourage you to use them when you're building yourself up, when you're on a high vibrational life discovery, self-love discovery journey, because it works better for you when you're boosting your vibration. A lot of the tools we use, even like Palo Santos. Palo Santos is a high vibrational tool. We have to use these things accordingly, because other than that, they like this just could be a fancy incense. But it's really not. It actually is a high vibrational tool. It helps to do a lot, and just the smell of it does something on another level, and it allows this beautiful energy to come through. So if you channel, you want to familiarize yourself with certain things like this, but then also working with angel numbers is another way for you to like take tabs and notes in yourself, but on an understanding level, because you may be doing something subconsciously that you haven't familiarized yourself with physically, and you're not paying attention, but those things will bring you to yourself. It will bring you to yourself in a sense of your soul being more present, and you being able to continue on a path, and which you're remembering what it is you're called to do in this life and on within the physical form. So I'm not sure that really resonates, but I hope it does. But again, using like dates and time, all synchronicities works. I am not sure if you guys are familiar with looking into like butterflies. Butterflies are very symbolic. They're very common where I am in Houston, Texas, and they fly by. And so if a butterfly flies by me, I'll check the time, and I'll also use that butterfly, because butterflies, look up the spiritual meaning for butterflies: dragonflies, crickets, grasshoppers, all of those things are very symbolic things in this life. They all have meaning. Look up those meanings. If you do tarot, and this is so fun and funny at the same time, if you do tarot, if you're like me, you use all of the things that are in the card. Like, I use the colors, I use the energies of the chakras, I use all those little things, because in detail, those things are helping me get a better understanding and an understanding of what it is that the message is that's trying to come through. Whether I'm doing it for myself or for my loved ones, I pull from all of that. And so I'm going to encourage you to look that deep into this life. You'll be so amazed to discover what is connected to everything. On a universal level, we are connected to all things, and it sounds very conscious. It sounds very conscious to say that, but we are a part of the collective consciousness, whether we choose to accept it or not. There is something to be said about using all of those things. And so I want to encourage you to do that. And then, for instance, there was this thing where at one point, anytime I heard something in sequences of 3, that would be my sign to go and search. And I'm like, why am I waiting to find out or to hear something in threes in order to take heed to it? So I decided for myself, I'm going to accept two. Two is a perfect time for me to take whatever it is I've seen and go in and research it and make more sense to me. That way I'm able to capture it now. When I see it the first time, I can see it. The second time, that's my no. That's when I know. That's my understanding kicking in. Like, I resonate. I understand what this means, this experience in itself. And so then there's a part of my brain that starts to pick it up and starts to produce these beautiful endorphins and things, and I'm able to like see so much faster or read or hear so much better, or you know what I mean. Like, there's this beautiful gifts. I'm not going to go into all of them, but they're they all work differently, but you have to start to notice things and challenge yourself to look beyond what it is. The butterfly, okay, yeah, the butterfly, but the butterfly at 222. How random. 222, a butterfly just flies by? And I'll tell you this, and it's from studying sacred geometry, if bugs are like flying close to you or landing on you, and you're noticing like every time I get happy, the bugs are, that's because sometimes it's said that they don't recognize you as not one of them because your vibration is somewhere where they actually resonate better. They understand you, or they see you as them. They don't recognize you as a harm or a threat. That's why they don't run. They're actually coming towards you. So that's something beautiful to try to seek to understand and maybe capture more of that essence, that beautiful vibration that you're holding that makes the bees want to fly to you. The butterflies want to fly past your nose. The grasshoppers want to flutter near you, and crickets near you. You know, I had a butterfly fly so close to me. It startled me, but then I like caught that moment, and I was just like, oh, my heart oscillated so much more. And so those things I'm like an advocate for. Get your journals, get your Palo Santos, and just get to capturing your moments. You know, I'm not going to preach about it, but I want you to challenge yourself to learn to question the beautiful aspects of life on a mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical level. Start to catch your thoughts, start to catch your feelings, start to look around and place your surroundings, and then check the time and try to remember what it is that you're experiencing so that you're able to control and create your actual reality more based on what it is you want and not what's happening to you. Remember, we're growing through this life at this point. And so I hope this information serves you. I hope that you're able to find wholeness within all of it, and with everything that I'm expressing to you. Always remember, like, you are you for a reason. You are you on purpose. Until next time, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wholeness, divine love to you all. Later.